Hi there, Somatex here, back with another video. So this should be a short one. I'm not sure, unplanned. So what has been happening is I've been home for the past 4 weeks, and I've done literally I think 0 or 1 video, but it was nothing as well. Just shooting in the mountains and whatnot. Just a short clip for my Instagram. I think that's literally the only video I made during the whole of the last 3-4 weeks that I was at home, right? So this has been happening for a while, right? So I got into the idea of making videos back in, I think it was 2016 when I was doing my first year on the previous course that I was doing. So I was inspired by this guy, Marcus Brownlee, MKBHD, to make tech videos. I'm very tech-oriented sort of person. So talking about technology seemed to be the best fit for me, right? I did that for a while. It started being boring in some sort of way. Then I quit, sort of. No, I sort of reversed. Is that the right way to say it? Receded. Is that the better way? Not sure, right? So after that, I saw what is like Jesse Driftwood. I saw him in one of Peter McKinnon's videos saying he makes stories, Instagram stories. I've been making those, enjoying it. Part of the reason it's enjoyable doing that is the fact that it's very limited. So you'd want the story to be like a minute 30 seconds, because 2 minutes is still fine, but as soon as it goes over that, you start to see start to feel like it's too much, right? So there is a very interesting way to learn to make videos. All right, I make this stuff, I'm taking pictures, started doing that with my iPhone, upgraded to a DSLR now. I'm not very bad at doing that, right? So why am I telling you all these things? Recently, not even recently, it's been happening for a while, right? With all the things that I'm sort of part of in my life, that I'm doing sort of ever since I left high school. With high school, I knew what I was doing. It was maths, physics. I was very good at those, and you could not tell me was anything in relation to those things, right? It was very enjoyable, and I was very confident, right? Those who know me will know that in the last exams that we were writing, I went into the paper saying I'm gonna get 100 of 100, right? That was my mindset. I was very determined, and I didn't do pretty bad, right? So I think that was the last thing. So from that, I went to university to do accounting, right? I think that's when this thing sort of grew in some sort of way, because accounting is not my field, and that was what I kept on telling myself when I was doing the thing. So whenever I was participating or involved in those classes, it's always felt like I'm an imposter, sort of, right? Rightfully so. I think it was a true thing, because accounting is not something I like doing. Yeah, I didn't feel like I belonged there, right? The guys that I was studying with will tell you that I wasn't very much interested in a lot of the stuff that we were doing. All right, so in keeping myself busy at that time where accounting didn't seem to be my thing, I have this YouTube thing going now. I'm talking about tech. Also, technology, you see, with me, man, that thing is making noise. That car. With me, technology, it's been something like, you see, guys like MKBHD, guys that are overseas, like USA and whatnot, they're from developed countries. There is a difference between him, a guy who grew up in the USA, and me talking about tech, right? Guy who grew up in the rural areas, who was fixing phones most of his high school, and I had, see the old Nokia phones, when you remove the buttons, actually, they had some sort of, in order to press the buttons without the cover thing, that were the clicky thing, you had to use wires. I once had a phone that worked like that. Most of my phone, I think it was grade 9, I just left the speaker at home. So when I use my phone at school, make sure that it does not make any noise during class. I'll just take the speaker out of the phone and go to school. It would ring, it would only just, I'm not sure if it would ring. Nobody would call me at those times, so I don't remember it ringing. But to make sure, just leave the speaker at home, right? Technology, it's been part of my life, and I've known about technology more than the normal person with regards to the people who are around me. But comparing to the guys in the US and some other developed nations, it's with these people, it's been something that they grew up with, right? Like people who read nerds, you see nerds, people who read comic books, people who watch superhero movies. What's this? With all their tech, there is some sort of a feeling that is, I'm not sure how connected it is, but you can feel it when you see their YouTube videos and their comments, how passionate these people are with these things, right? It's different for a guy like me. So also in that industry, I felt like, no man, you're interfering with something that is not was your field here. So when I was doing accounting, I was always saying physics is my field, maths is my field and whatnot. Now it has come to 2019, I'm doing computer science. Tech is what I love. It's a problem, right? I'm doing computer science. I'm 21. It's my second degree. I'm with first years, so 17, 18-year-olds. There's a different dynamic there. I've been to this university life and whatnot. It doesn't feel the same, right? I thought that leaving accounting and then doing physics and maths and whatnot would sort of rejuvenate my high school energy towards those subjects, but I've been exposed to guys like Neil deGrasse Tyson and all those scientists, right, and all the talk, things that have been happening in the scientific community. I follow a lot of guys on YouTube like your Vsauce and whatnot. I've seen these guys talk about science, right? And all the time, even with maths, it's like I don't even know anything. Man, it's so frustrating. Even the things that we're doing now in school, I'm not really, what can I say, 100% into them. I'm not even sure if it's even 50%, right, into these things that I do in school in relation to computer science, like the coding. It's not that exciting the way that I thought it would feel, right? And whenever I'm there, I feel like I'm taking some sort of a space or whatnot, or being in a place where I don't belong, because now these people I don't even relate to. I have only a few friends there. I talk to the guys and whatnot, but you see that different dynamic, right? Also, with taking pictures, I'm not a bad photographer, but I think I've only just recently started taking pictures. I think 2 years now, 2 years or less, right? And it seems that I actually feel like what I'm doing is not mine in some sort of way. Whenever I look at other photographers, you see, you would say that comparison is playing an important role in this factor, and I think it is. But I think as well, we cannot live, we cannot know our status or our level if we don't have anything to look up to and whatnot. So unless you are creating an entirely new field, you're always going to look at the people who've done it in that particular space, right? So in everything, actually, videos now, I also feel the same way. That's why my videos haven't been pumping, to say, even my podcast. I think maybe there is some sort of maybe this isn't at all entirely in its entirety a bad thing. I think maybe there is some sort of a way that the universe is telling me that no, you don't belong here. But how come now that I don't belong in any space? That's the problem now. With even my pictures, I bought a new lens. My camera is that far. I'm not sure why I'm recording with that lens, because I'm supposed to be recording with that wider one. But it's a problem, even if it was a sign, maybe some sort of a sign that, okay, you don't belong to the thing, you don't belong to this thing. How come do I feel like that about every other thing that I do in my life? Why isn't there some one thing that I can say, no, here, 100%, man, this is my thing? It's been really, really frustrating thing to get over. I've been learning to draw. Haven't even made a video about that, about why I'm learning to draw. And also in that space, I feel like, no, man, this is a new domain. Motherfucker. Yeah, I'm not sure how this is happening. Obviously, maybe I'll give you an update on how maybe I've improved, if ever I improve, and get out of this feeling, because it's very time consuming. Alright, that was a long, boring one. Not sure if you learned anything. Yeah, that's been it. Soma Degis. Peace. 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 Even this peace thing is by MKBHD. This peace. That's why I saw it. Thought it was cool. So I do it every time now. Motherfucker.